It is Monday, September 5, 2016. Gene is pleased to bring you today's edition of the Government News Brief. Welcome. In the news, school reopens today. Port Kaituma to get market facility, healthcare facilities in Moruco to be upgraded, and ministers participate in Napi Heritage celebrations. Stay tuned as we bring you the details of these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Azim Khan. Here now are the details. School reopened today, and we are encouraging parents, teachers, and guardians to ensure that children use the road carefully. We are encouraging motorists and other road users to proceed with caution and care and to look out for the children on the road. To the students, we wish you a productive and successful school year. The Region 1 administration will convert an abandoned bond in central Port Kaituma into a market to relocate some of the vendors from the congested Port Kaituma waterfront. More in this report.
Region 1 Chairman Brentnell Ashley says that the regional administration is working to bring order to the congestion at the Port Kaituma waterfront by relocating the number of vendors plying their trade in the area.
We're also hoping that between 2016 and early 2017 we can have the organizing of the Port Kaituma waterfront, because as you may have seen, it's congested and most of the structures that are there, they're illegal. People don't have permission to construct, nor do they have lease to the lands that they would have constructed upon.
Ashley says that the administration will work with the Neighborhood Democratic Council, NDC, to relocate some of the vendors, with serious consideration being given to the use of the old abandoned Barama Company bond and the unused large cassava mills for the placement of the relocated sellers.
One of the things is to work with the NDC and the NDC to work with the people. And that is we can't displace people when we have nowhere to put them. And so, for instance, the market area in central Kaituma, there's a clay brick bond that Barama Company would have built some time ago that was abandoned. The RDC is going to work with the NDC and also the Ministry of Public Infrastructure to see how best we can resuscitate that bond and make it into a market for the people so that they can move from that area and hence giving space for us to make a better plan for the community.
According to Ashley, the NDC has already informed the vendors of the move to bring order to the waterfront.
I know for a fact the NDC would have already met with the people at the Greens Market, the stall holders at the bus stop, and they've already started writing letters to various persons informing them that this most likely will be the way forward, and to advise them that they will have time to ensure that they dismantle, and at the same time looking at ways and places that we can correct.
Due to the congestion of the vendors at the waterfront, the flow of traffic in the area is greatly affected. The area also suffers from flooding due to clogged drains from the careless disposal of waste from the market or vendors constructing structures on the drains. Renetta LaFleur for the Government News Brief.
Several healthcare facilities within the Moruco Subdistrict Region 1 are targeted for upgrade and improved healthcare delivery. Details from Delicia Haynes.
Hinterland Health facilities in Moruco Region 1 will see new additions to their operations. Requisite staff will be provided for these facilities. Minister of Public Health, Dr. George Norton, who recently visited the sub-region, explains the improvements.
We hope to improve from a community health worker to a community health worker midwife, and in some cases to a medics. We do have medics in the system that we are hoping to put in these areas.
Major infrastructural upgrades are also expected for the Chinese Landing Health Post, which has been abandoned for some time. The minister adds,
Chinese Landing is being abandoned to some extent, but you've got a school, you've got that health hut there, and while the population is dwindling, we would still want to maintain it and do all that is necessary to get it in workable condition.
The public health minister and a team of officials during the visit found unacceptable conditions at health facilities. The team distributed drugs and other medical supplies to areas which had earlier reported that they were experiencing drug shortages. The minister reminded the staff of the health facilities that the ministry has undertaken investigations into reports of drug shortages in several regions. For the Government News Brief, I am Delicia Haynes.
Electricity distribution in East Berbice Quarantine Region 6 is unhindered, despite the Vredenhoek Power Station's submarine cable being damaged. Renetta LaFleur has the details.
Acting Chief Executive Officer Guyana Power and Light, Renford Homer, says that there is still sufficient capacity within the Demerara Berbice system, even to meet the peak hours of consumption from 6:30 to 9 p.m.
If we were to unfortunately lose engines for whatever mechanical reasons, that's when we're going to be extremely challenged, because we can possibly have a shortfall of generation. We have not seen that happen, which probably speaks well of the condition of our generation to date. And I'm just hoping that obviously our generation holds well until we resolve the issue with the submarine cable.
The CEO explains that Demerara Berbice interconnected system has made a significant difference in Berbice towards reducing the number of power outages and high level of voltage fluctuations.
When we achieved the interconnection, it made a significant difference to the point where the Berbicians actually applauded the fact that, you know, they got to a point where there was this kind of relief. That position, as we speak today, still stands, in that the interconnection is still there, and we're still, you know, moving our power from, in this particular instance, we're moving it from Georgetown, as in our plants at Kingston and the East Bank at Garden of Eden, where we have the bulk of our generation.
The power supply to Berbice is also being supplemented with generation from the cogeneration Skeldon plant, which produces both renewable sources as well as fossil fuel generation. Additionally, the power company is in the process of acquiring what is needed to rectify the damaged submarine cable.
This equipment is quite weighty. We are examining the possibility of having the equipment air freighted into Guyana. And of course, there are cost implications there as against having it sea freighted.
The submarine cable is expected to be back in operation by the end of November. Renetta LaFleur for the Government News Brief.
Women in Wairuni, Upper Berbice River Region 10 are moving into fields that men traditionally dominated. Find out how in this report. The Hinterland Employment and Youth Services HAZE program is facilitating women's empowerment in these fields. Minister within the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Valerie Garrido-Lowe, explains.
The girls are pouring themselves into learning electrical installation and diesel mechanic. So I think it's a good thing, because I am sorry that our boys, many of them, either went off to the mining already, you know, lots of money. But I am happy that the girls stayed and are taking the opportunity.
According to the minister, the women who are taking up these non-traditional skills will better cater for their families.
I am happy that all of them are getting this opportunity, both males and females. I'm seeing that mostly females taking it up, and I'm glad that the family has a chance to live at a certain standard in life too, because their mother will be able to work and bring an income into the home for them with the skills she is, you know, she's getting right now.
Under the HAZE program, youths are trained and certified in areas of garment construction, carpentry, joinery, tourism, auto mechanic, and entrepreneurship. They are also taught mathematics and English language. The program is currently ongoing in 112 hinterland communities. It was developed to positively contribute and improve the lifestyle and living standards for hinterland youths and young adults. Napi Region 9 villagers urged to protect, preserve, and promote their heritage. Details in this report.
Ministers in the Ministry of Communities, Dawn Hastings Williams and Valerie Adams Patterson, encouraged the Region 9 villagers to stay true to their heritage.
It is important that we know who you are, where we came from, where we are now, and where we are going. As I bring you heritage greetings, I encourage you once again to preserve your culture, protect your culture, and promote your culture. And you know what? APNU AMC government doesn't just talk the talk, you know. We walk the walk, talk the talk. And APNU AMC is here to deliver. We just deliver bicycles, we just deliver brush cutter, and we have much more to deliver. And APNU AMC government is here to stay.
The ministers had made a surprise visit to the village during their heritage celebrations on Saturday to fulfill a promise made by Minister Adams Patterson.
When we had our discussion, I remember the head teacher of NAPI. She said to me that there are about 15 students that every day they have to walk 3 miles and over to come to school. And she made a request for some bicycles for those children. Someone of I can't recall if it was the Tushau or some other member of this village, said to me that you have your outfield and you need a brush cutter. After I learned that you have and it's only 2 days ago, actually this trip was planned in 2 days. You hear me? 2 days we planned this trip. And so I began, along with a few other persons, making some calls to some people, asking them for donations. In front of us, you can see 15 bicycles. That's a promise that was not made, but that was kept. And this is a sign of how the AP and USC government operates.
The village's Tushau, Walter Henrico, was pleased with this year's celebration.
This morning, I was happy to see a lot of people this morning. And, I feel happy because of children who, we were not, this came suddenly, right? You, the team, the minister came in suddenly that I didn't expect nothing. So, and our activities is really grading Kasawa, Matapi, sifting, archery, and our marathon race.
The village was happy that the minister kept her promise. Head teacher Petronella Ridges said that the children will benefit from the bicycles in a meaningful way.
When children have to walk, by the time they reach the school, they're very tired, they're very... They might not be able to concentrate in their schoolwork. So these bicycles are really going to be of great help to them. And we want to promise you, the donors, that we're going to work with those children. And when they write their national exams, we'll try to see how best we can get back to them to see or to tell you that they were successful in their exams. We want everybody the villagers then want to thank you for helping us, for supporting us.
Indigenous Heritage Month is being celebrated under the theme, Our Culture, Earth's Future, Save the Environment, Live the Indigenous Way. For this Government News Brief, Shivani Rampersad reporting.
Those are the reports we covered in today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on GINA's website and Facebook page. GINA has an active Facebook page, and we encourage you to visit and like us so you can be updated as the news unfolds. All government and other information can also be accessed from GINA's website and our Facebook page. We encourage you to join us again tomorrow when we bring you another edition of this, the Government News Brief. Until then, thank you for watching.